Good morning and welcome to another episode of Morning Mobility with NATEFIT, where we spend 15 minutes helping you create a movement habit. Today, we're going to focus on hips, spine, and shoulders. So we're going to start off in our hip car position, lying on our sides, clasping our hands together. We're going to do 3 reps in each direction. Getting those hips warmed up, we'll start off by pulling our knee to our chest, hip flexion, opening up into abduction, internally rotating the ankle behind the knee, pressing that knee back into extension, come down to midline, knees together, and reverse with extension, abduction, point that knee to the ceiling, external rotation, flexion, return to midline, knees together. And again, flexion, pulling the knee to the chest, pointing the knee to the ceiling, rotating that ankle behind the knee, really pressing that knee back, squeezing the glute, dropping down to midline, knees together, and reverse with extension, abduction, external rotation, flexion, adduction, knees together. And one more time here, flexion, abduction, rotating the ankle behind the knee into internal rotation, pressing that knee back, squeezing the glute, dropping down to midline, knees together, and reverse, squeezing the glute, pointing that knee to the ceiling, externally rotating, pulling the knee to the shoulder, returning to midline, and knees together. Flip on over to the other side. So, lying on our side, hands clasped together. Starting off again by pulling our knee to our chest. This is flexion, opening up, again, nice and controlled through the whole movement. Internally rotating now, pressing that knee back into extension, coming down to midline, knees together, and reverse, extension, abduction, external rotation, flexion, adduction, knees together, and again, flexion, pointing that knee to the ceiling, rotating the ankle behind the knee, pressing that knee back, squeezing the glute, dropping down to midline, knees together, and reverse, extension, abduction, external rotation, flexion, adduction, knees together. And last one here, flexion, abduction, internal rotation, extension, adduction, knees together, and reverse with extension, pointing the knee to the ceiling, pointing the knee to the shoulder, pulling the knee to the shoulder, return to midline, knees together. Excellent. We're going to go straight to our thoracic spine cars, one of my favorites. You can do this kneeling, you can do this sitting in a chair. If this is uncomfortable on your ankles, put a yoga block or a pillow underneath your hips. Starting off with the hands on the shoulders. Here we go. We're going to pull that rib cage down. This is flexion. Going to rotate the shoulders to the side, dropping the shoulder down, extending up, rotating the other direction, dropping the elbow down to the hip, and coming back around in front. We'll come back to neutral. We'll do 3 in each direction. Flexion, pulling that rib cage down, rotation, lateral flexion, really drop that shoulder down as much as you can, and then extend up. Rotating the other direction, dropping the elbow down to the hip, and coming back around in front. Back to neutral. Here we go again. Flexion, rotation, lateral flexion, extending up, rotating the other direction, dropping the elbow down to the hip and back around in front, back to neutral. We'll do one more. Flexion, pulling the rib cage down, rotating, laterally flexing, extension, pull that rib cage up as high as you can, rotate the other direction, drop that elbow down to the hip, and back around in front, back to neutral. We got 3 in the other direction. Flexion, rotation, lateral flexion, extending up, rotating the other direction, dropping the elbow down to your side, and coming back around in front, back to neutral. Starting again, pulling the rib cage down, turn those shoulders to the side, drop the shoulder down into lateral flexion, extend up, flaring that rib cage, rotating the other direction, dropping the elbow down, and coming back around in front. We have one more. Flexion, rotation, lateral flexion, extending up, rotating the other direction, dropping the elbow down to the side, and coming back around in front. Next, we're going to work on our 90-90 external rotation liftoffs, working on rotating those hips. So again, we're trying to rotate the femur in socket. So we're going to do that by lifting up the knee. You're going to feel a pinch in your hip. That is completely fine. We're working on the joint capsule, the connective tissue that holds the joint together. We're really trying to work it and improve its range. So hands behind you, turn and face this back leg. And we are going to lift up as high as we can. You're going to feel a pinch in that hip. And then we're going to actively press down. This is active the whole time. That's one. Coming back up. High as you can. Pause. And then actively press down. That's 2. We're going to do 5. Slowly coming up. Open, open. Pause. Actively pressing down. I want you to try and get further every time. That's 3. Pause. And down. That's 4. We have one more. Coming up. Pause. And back down. Excellent. We'll flip over to the other side. Okay, turn and face that back leg. We have 90 degrees in the front, 90 degrees in the back. Lifting up. Feel that pinch. Try to get as much range as possible. And then actively pressing down. That's 1. Coming back up. Nice and controlled. Actively pressing down. That's 2. Again, coming up. Pause at the top. Actively press down. Again, coming up. This is number 4. Force it open. Press down. That's 5. 4. This is 5. Open, open, open. Actively press down. Excellent. We'll kick those legs out in front. We're going to work on our shoulders next. So some overhead pressing, something we don't do a lot of in daily activities. So it's nice to really stretch out the shoulders up overhead. And you can do this standing, you can do this sitting. But we're going to start off, we're going to make a fist. We're going to have our arms out to the side. I really want you to focus on pulling the elbows back. And as we're holding them back, we are going to straighten our arms overhead and then actively pull down as you're pulling those elbows back. So you're keeping those elbows as wide as you can. We're going to do 5 reps here. Here we go. Pull the elbows back. Reaching overhead. Squeeze those fists. Straighten the elbows completely. And then actively pull down. We're creating tension. We're pulling the elbows back. That's 1. Coming back up. Keep those elbows pulled back. Straightening overhead. Actively pulling down. That's 2. This is a high tension exercise. We're keeping tension the entire time. I want you to squeeze those fists. Coming up, straightening the elbows. And pulling back down. That's 3. Make sure we pull those elbows back. Coming up. Straighten the elbows. Back down. That's 4. We have 1 more. Probably feel those shoulders burning by now. Coming up. Straighten the elbows. And back down. That's 5. Whew. We'll give those arms a shake. Okay, next, we're going to work on spine rotation. We're going to go on our our quadruped position. We're going to put our hand behind our head. From here, we're going to touch our elbows and we're going to reach towards the ceiling, trying to point that elbow up as high as we can. So, hand behind the head. Going to touch those elbows together and then open up. Attempting to point that elbow to the ceiling as we look up at our elbow. And then coming back down. Touch the elbows. And then come back up. Point the elbow to the ceiling, look up. That's 2. Coming back up. Open, open, open. That's 3. Touching the elbows. Coming back up. It's 4. Really try to get that elbow pointed towards the ceiling one more time here. And up. 5. Excellent. We'll flip over to the other side. Okay. Shoulders or wrists directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips, hand behind the head. Start off by touching our elbows and coming up. Lift that elbow to the ceiling and back down. Touch the elbow. Coming up. Looking up, looking at that elbow. That's 2. Coming back down. Again, coming up. 3. Back down. And back up. Point the elbow to the ceiling. That's 4. Touching the elbows. And one more time. Coming up. And 5. Excellent. Okay. We're going to finish off with 3 reps of our 90-90 glute stretch. Or 90-90 lowers. So here we have 90 degrees in the back leg, 90 degrees in the front leg. We're going to pull our chest over top of this leg and stretch our glute. So with this, I want your back extended, so chest up nice and high. Hands are just here for balance. We're going to lean forward over top of our knee while trying not to bend the spine. Pull that chest forward, feel a stretch, and then we're going to press down into the ankle and the knee. Safest, greatest effort. And then come back up. We're only going to do 3 reps. We'll do a 5-second pause though. Here we go. Come down. Press hard into that ankle and the knee. Keep going, and up. And again, coming forward. Press hard into that ankle and the knee once you feel a stretch. Hold that position. Produce as much force as possible. And coming back up. We're going to do 1 more. Coming down. Press hard into the ankle and the knee. Hold, hold, hold. And up. Excellent. We'll flip over to the other side. We're going to finish with this side. 90 degrees in the back leg, 90 degrees in the front leg. Hands are just there for balance. Chest up nice and tall. Pulling that chest over top of the knee. Press down into that ankle and the knee once you feel a good stretch. Safest, greatest effort. Hold it. And up. Again, coming down. Pressing hard into that ankle and knee. Keep holding. And up. We have one more here. Coming down. Press hard into the ankle and the knee. Hold, hold, hold. And back up. Excellent. That is another episode of Morning Mobility with NATEFIT. Again, thank you for joining. Thank you for prioritizing your health. If you enjoyed the class, please give it a thumbs up. If you liked any of the exercises, please comment. That always helps the channel. And I will see you tomorrow morning.